On this trip around the county, we take a look at what our student section at NHS is doing to win the big prize, and what local Noblesville experts are advising when starting a business. All this and more on this trip around the county.
Welcome to Around the County. I'm Saint John.
And I'm Andy Zelaya. On Around the County, we take you to places you may have never been and introduce you to people you may not know. Student sections across Indiana are competing for the Wish TV banner, the ultimate flag to show how amazing your student section is. Producers Jackson Spear and Jeremiah White uncover the secrets to be a good student section leader and what it takes to win the big prize.
For high schoolers, nothing is more exciting than Friday Night Lights, a time for the school to show their spirit, support their team, and most importantly, compete for the banner. For those of you who don't know what the banner is, it's essentially a trophy given out to the best student section in the entire state. It's hosted by the Zone 8 and Anthony Calhoun. With Noblesville having such a big student section, it needs guidance in showing its spirit properly, hence the student section leaders.
So being a leader allows me to have a say in what we do. It involves a lot of communicating with the administration and with all the students, hearing everyone's opinions and just trying to make it fun for everyone. I was a cheerleader for Noblesville for a while, so I'm used to cheering on the Millers and just being at all the games. I wanted to try a different perspective of it, just being actually in the student section rather than being on the track. Some of the hardest aspects of being a student section leader are communication and having to make those final decisions, such as the themes.
Being a student section leader is definitely fun. It's definitely an experience. It gives me a chance to have fun, make some more friends, get involved with the school and activities, stuff like that. The hardest aspect of being a student section leader is definitely planning out all the themes and stuff, making sure people are attending, being able to come to as many sporting events as possible. Definitely all the rules and stuff, all the restrictions, making sure everyone's doing the chants and stuff like that.
Hey, we want the banner, hey, we want the banner,
To spread word about the themes, games, and times, the student section leaders use an Instagram account called Miller Nation to spread out all the news.
We post what games are happening, home games to come support, what the themes are, where they're at, who we're playing, and what time.
The student section leaders this year are determined to win the banner.
One of our main goals is to win the banner. We need to work together as a whole school to win that, because it's not just going to be one person that wins it for us. We all have to be there supporting.
It's just the recognition of having the best student section in the state, and everyone wants it because it just shows that we be supporting our school the best and showing out for all the events and having the best school spirit.
Last year, Noblesville made AC Wish's top 4 student sections in the entire state. This year, we're hoping to bring it home.
If you want to start a business, there are a lot of things that you should know. Producers Trace Downs and Carter Maximovich share some tips for starting your own business with the help of entrepreneurs right here in Noblesville.
A new chapter in the life of every NHS senior is about to begin, and the next step can be scary for some. Big decisions are coming at them left and right, and the pressure to commit to colleges is felt by all. However, some students may dive into the world of entrepreneurship. Zach Downs is an entrepreneur near the downtown square, and he remembers how he felt making his next big step.
Especially me, kind of being in high school when we started the company, there was a lot that I didn't know. I just didn't have a lot of life experience, but there was a lot that I thought that other people knew. Other people who are older, people who've been in business, who've been in their career for a while. I thought, they must have the world figured out. They must have business figured out. No one really has everything figured out. It's really if you have that desire, that motivation, the commitment to to be successful, I believe anyone can get to that point.
Noblesville High School's entrepreneurship expert Dan Nicholson has 29 years of experience teaching all aspects of business, and he has some advice for students hoping to become their own business owners.
To start from scratch, and that's what a lot of young people are doing now, coming straight out of school. They come up with an idea, they find a way to monetize it, they want to build a business out of it, and there are a lot of challenges with that, but there are also a lot of rewards.
Basically deciding that you're going to be successful and you're going to figure out, whatever knowledge you need to be successful, make connections, talk to people, reach out to people, network with other business owners, people who have more experience than you.
There are some super bright students that have these miraculous ideas that they can build into great businesses over the course of their lifetime.
There will be a lot of things that you'll try and maybe they won't work. But that's just part of it.
Jessica Walls is an entrepreneur in Noblesville and has some great advice about dedication and hard work she has learned from running her bakery.
Debbie's Daughters is a small batch from scratch bakery and cafe. My husband and I have loved baking and cooking food, preparing food for other people for a long time. We've been very passionate about that. It definitely takes a lot of commitment to run your own business, and something you're passionate about is one thing. It's good to be passionate about it and excited about it, but it's another thing to put in all the work. Decide how much work you think you need to put in and then double that, and then that'll be like what you actually need to run your own business.
Both Walls and Nicholson agree that it's important to choose something you're passionate about because you'll be putting in lots of work.
You look at some of the best entrepreneurs in the world, and usually the one that made them famous was not their first attempt. It takes effort, and you can't be frustrated by failure, because you're going to experience failure as a business owner. If you give up or you let that failure get the most of you, then you're probably not going to be an entrepreneur very long.
If you want to start your own business and you're not sure, my advice would be to make sure you're willing to put forth the hard work.
That's all for this episode of Around the County. I'm St. John.
And I'm Andy Zelaya. Join us next time for another trip around the county.